Hi everybody, my name is Jim and welcome back to another episode of The Lake Effect Gardener. Ooh, it is a cold one. So we had our very first hard frost of the year, and it was beautiful. There's no doubt about that. It was really, to see all of the rooftops covered with frost and my car was frozen shut. But yeah, this whole week has been just another roller coaster of crazy weather. We had rain for most of the week, and it's just been really, really cold. And today was a really first good day to get out and to do a couple of things. But again, everything is really muddy outside, so there's just so much that I can do at this point. I did manage to cut some grass, which was long overdue, and I made sure that I use the mulcher so that I'm mulching down some of the leaves just to give a little extra nourishment to my grass. So I thought, while the sun is beginning to set at 4:30, we do change the clocks tomorrow. So at this point, well, you'll be watching this on Saturday anyways. It's going to be dark at this point on Sunday, most likely. but I'm over here underneath the pergola, sitting on the little bench that I made out of an old bed, and I did receive a nice little gift from my mother. And so I've got some daffodil bulbs, which, again, this is something that I haven't ever done. And it's just a matter of me not having, ever gotten bulbs for myself and just having the time to actually do it, actually clearing my beds so that I can actually, get a shovel in there and pop these babies into the ground. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe do a little bit of a border of these little daffs, these adorable little daffs. And so when the spring comes next year, which I'm already starting to count the days with this cold weather, we'll have a nice little springtime display down my cute little brick path. So let's turn you around and let's get into the mud. For being almost the second week of November, I have to say that I cannot get over how much foliage is still on the trees. Usually this time of year, it's all done. It's all gone. There's still quite a bit of green out here as well, but you can see things are beginning to thin out a bit. We've never had an autumn this long. I mean, autumn's always the same length, isn't it? But just the same this time of year. I mean, look at the gorgeous colors. Things are beginning to wind down, but still a lot of green. I'm not complaining. My little box here tells me you should probably plant these daffodil bulbs around September, October, but you know what? I'm going to give them in. I'm going to give it a go, throw them in. It's been so warm, and I believe we're getting another warm up next week. If you can believe it, we're going to be back up into the high 50s and 60s. So, yes, I think I'll be fine. This is an interesting angle. I suppose I could drop the legs of the tripod a little bit, but anyways, you get a nice little overhead view here. So, I don't even know how many of the bulbs I have in here, but it says tips for planting. Dig a hole 5 inches deep. Set the bulb in place with pointed side up, 4 inches apart. Cover the bulbs with soil and water thoroughly. I'm going to skip the watering part because I think there's plenty of water going on here already. How many do we have in here? Okay. Pretty decent. Pretty decent size. Okay, pointy end up. I think we can see which part's pointy, and you can see right here where all the dried roots are. So I've got quite a bit. Now, if you are planting in bulbs of any kind, pretty much follow the same rules. You know, this goes with like onion sets and garlic cloves and things like that. Just, you know, inspect each of these bulbs before you decide to plant them to make sure that they are nice and firm, okay? This is a really, really nice one here, but I did spy with my little eye. Where did it go? Okay, so here's one. Here's one. And you can see it's looking a little manky, a little rotted, and I'm giving it a squeeze. Yeah. Look at this. Okay. This is no good. Okay, so don't bother planting ones that look like this. But if they're soft, or if you feel like they have a lot of give to it, probably not a good idea and probably a huge waste of time. So, for the most part, these bulbs look really nice. Yes. So, I don't know, maybe there's a dozen, maybe more, maybe about 18, give or take. So, they say, dig a hole 5 inches deep. Oh, good golly. This bed was riddled with something rather pernicious this year. And to all my experienced garden friends out there in the world, you will know exactly what this is upon pulling it up. Insanity. Bindweed. I did have a lot in here, I have to say. I just, you know, it takes over. It is what it is. I actually really enjoyed the flowers this year. Isn't that odd? I know. They look just like morning glories. I think I posted a picture on my Instagram of one. All right. So, rooted side on the bottom, pointy side on the top. Okay, I'm not going to press it in there. I'm just going to place it in there. And cover it up. And remove more bindweed. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, worm. So sorry. Okay, and they say 4 inches apart or so. I don't even care if these are all perfectly lined up. Come springtime, to see any bit of green and then have it follow with a gorgeous little flower, they'll look gorgeous anyways. Okay. Just gonna cover that up. So I'm going to continue down this path all the way to the grass path that will head to the garden, the veg garden. Yes. And then hopefully come springtime, I could bring you out here on one of my tours and show you how beautiful everything looks, all the cute little shoots of green that are going to pop up. All right. Oh, I'll do one more. Why not? It'll take me about 15 minutes to get my butt off of these bricks anyways. Yeah. I got up early. It was like 32 degrees, which is freezing. I am close to the lake, Lake Erie. So the frost wasn't as hard as it would be inland, away from the lake. So I went to my parents this morning. I had to take my mom to an appointment, and the sun was really starting to, build strength. And gorgeous, gorgeous sun, through all of the beautiful leaves. And, the sun rays were coming down into the car, and it felt really nice. But it was raining. All of the frost that were on the leaves were melting. So it was raining, but it was sunny. But yeah, it was very interesting. Very, very interesting. You gotta love how changeable this time of year is. I'll plant one more in front of you, and then I'll take care of the rest off of the camera. Make sure that they are pointed upwards. Okay, I'm gonna get the rest of these in, then we'll have a little chat. Oh, it feels so strange and yet wonderful to be planting things in November. Strange and wonderful and new. Something that I've just never done before. So I had about 7 more bulbs left over. I still have so much work to do back here. I've got to put the patio to bed. But I did, in this very large planter here, I planted 7 bulbs I had left over of the daffodils inside this large planter here, just to keep my Mortimer Sackler David Austin rose nice and, give it a little company over the long winter months. Now I'm probably going to be covering up this rose with some burlap and stuff like that, just to protect it from the harshest of winds and cold. So, yes. And then come springtime, I'm going to have hopefully a lovely little bouquet of gorgeous little daffs to enjoy right next to my back door. So, another job, another Saturday, and I'm happy to be doing things. I'm happy to be putting things in the ground in almost, after the first full week of November, before we lose the daylight big time. So, yeah. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for the daffodil bulbs. Hopefully I'll be able to share those lovely blossoms with you in the spring, and I hope to share it with you guys too who are watching. So, yeah. So, I think a Make Do Monday is what's going to be up tap next. I'm going to do some filming. I think I'm going to finally break out the recipe. I'll let you guys know exactly who the winner was for those 3 recipes, those 3 wartime recipes. And I think we'll we'll get that going and have it up for you this Monday, an all new Make Do Monday. So make sure you come and check it out. And yeah, it's all about kind of hunkering down now. And I've been spending a lot of time indoors yet again because of the weather and just, staying warm and trying to get some things done. I'm in the throes of a lot of different knitting projects for holidays and birthdays and everything else. So, yeah. All right, my nose is officially running because it's freezing out here. So I'm going to pack things up out here. The sun's about to set anyhow. And I'm going to get inside and bundle up and continue probably next to the fireplace, one of my little knitting projects. So until the next time I see you, which will hopefully be a Make Do Monday, I'm guaranteeing I think it will be. I will see you all really, really soon. Hope you're all well. Hope you're still working out in those gardens. So long.